She is a swordfish captain, made famous in the movie The Perfect Storm, but now Linda Greenlaw is facing a new challenge, and this is on dry land, actually. Greenlaw adopted a teenage girl. Their new life together is the subject of Linda's new book, Life-Saving Lessons, Notes from an Accidental Mother. Linda joins us this morning with more on the book, and we'll talk about The Perfect Storm, too. Linda, thanks for joining us. Interesting book. I love the term accidental mother, and that's no joke, really. How did it come about?
Yeah, it was it's pretty accurate. I always refer to Life-Saving Lessons as a horror story with a happy ending. And I live on a very small island off the coast of Maine, the population of under 50 people. And this young girl moved to the island with a man who we thought was her uncle. She was about 10 years old, and 5 years into their stay on Isle Ho, it became clear that he was not her uncle and that he was abusing her.
Tragic story.
It's
really.
a tragic
Wow.
story, seriously.
And brought you two together in this way, though.
Yes, it did. And the way we say accidental mother, basically the island nominated me. I mean, it was that simple. We had a town meeting. What are we going to do with this kid?
Linda, right?
Yeah. Hey, Linda, you've always wanted children. You've got a spare bedroom. Why don't you take her? And at that time, I thought it'd be just a temporary until we could figure out, what was going to happen with this girl. And it became really clear that she needed a place. And I was at a point in my life, I was 45 years old, and I had lived fairly selfishly, never had anybody else to worry about, never been married, and I spent most of my life at sea. And so we formed a relationship, and it was rocky for about 3 years, and turned into something very healthy.
Some of the rocky parts are in here, but it's also very entertaining. We should point out that Mariah is doing quite well now. She's a few years older, but doing very well, and the accounts of your relationship is really awesome. Let me ask you about The Perfect Storm. Now, I think you should have co-starred with Clooney, right?
Absolutely.
But they picked someone else to play you, right?
Yeah, I begged, believe me. When I heard Clooney was the lead, I was like, yeah, I can do this.
How accurate was the movie?
It was fairly accurate. I think they did a good job portraying a way of life that I had been involved in for many, many years, and Perfect Storm brought it to everyone's attention.
What about the storm?
Nice.
How accurate was that portrayal?
Everything but
storm,
that last wave was a little overkill, probably, but it's Hollywood.
You got to do something in Hollywood to kind of play it up a little bit. Final question: a swordfish boat captain. Now, how do you get into that? And how that has been a great part of your life, though, something you really enjoyed?
Yes, I grew up on and around the ocean. Boats and fishing are a way of life on the island where I live. And it was a summer job to pay my way through college at first. I signed on as a crew member on a sword fishing boat, and I fell in love with my life and stayed with it.
All right, well, thanks for staying landlocked with us here in Dayton for just a few days anyway. Linda will be at Books & Company at the Green, 7 o'clock tonight. We will have more information on her book, Life-Saving Lessons, on fox45now.com. Just click on Fox 45 in the morning. Linda, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And let's go over to another New Englander, let's say, Chris Mulcahy with our forecast today.
Hey, pleasure to meet you. Love the whole story, and plus I love all the meteorological elements that came in to actually make up The Perfect Storm. Whew, that's my favorite part of the movie.